Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is my garage, or the garage corner of the garage. There's stuff over there, and Transalp sitting here, and Vespa is out there. Now, if you look at my community post, you'll be seeing that I've, on the return journey from Dave's Day 2025, I felt, thunked, that I had a judder like this. Just like that. Those of you who are as old as me will remember that one. But I think it was because a pair of us were knackered, but we made it home, that is. Because I took her out 2 or 3 days ago just to check, just to make sure that I wasn't seeing anything or hearing anything or feeling anything. And she rode okay. Went up to Halfords, got some new screwdrivers I needed. Torque bits and things. So I'm not sure. Keep looking that way, keep looking that way, because she's there. So she's running okay. She is going to be due for the 6,000 mile service, which I bought the belt and the roller thingies and them funny clip things. Mechanic me. But I thought today what I'd do is the first part of this like mini series of spannering the Vespa. And I thought, how hard could it be to change the air filter? Because I don't know when it was last done, so I thought might as well. And while the air filter is loose, I want to, because I'm a bit bigger than most of the people that Vespa probably thought were going to buy one of these and ride them. I'm going to do what I did on the Transalp, which is make the rear suspension harder. Which I'm going to go all the way on that one, because apparently there's not much difference, but it might be just enough to sort of solidify my rear end for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to waffle, because my lungs are playing me up, and as you probably know, or you don't know, I don't know, whatever you know, or do you know, I've got knackered lungs, which makes me breathe odd when I'm bending over and up and down and all that sort of stuff. So to save you from all that, deep breathing, because it might remind you of phone calls you might have had. I'm gonna leave it on. We'll leave the mics on and everything, so you can hear me swearing. And we'll do the rear suspension, the air filter, which means taking the lower panels off. And I want to buy some. Oh, that's a point. Maybe you might be helping with this. Suggestions. I want to get. What do I want to get? Sorry, I keep looking. I'm sorry, it's very rude. Yeah, I want to get a black gloss with orange trim horn cover, and I want the skirts along the bottom, which I'll show you in a minute, that you take off to get access to the air filter and stuff. I want those in black gloss as well. So if you know where I can buy those, yeah, it's a 21 HPE, so GTS 300 HPE 2021 model, which I don't think matters. That's it, other than I'm going to say, so that's going to be the air filter and suspension. Then we'll do the fluid, so we'll do the oil, coolant and gearbox oil. And then, like I said, I've got the belt and the rollers and doodahs, so we'll do the big one, the big change in the, doing the rollers and the twiddly things and all that sort of stuff. I've got tools will come. And we'll do that. So like a little mini series of spannering the Vespa. So without further ado, because I bored you to death already, let's crack on, eh? See you in a mo. You'll still hear me, but you know what I mean. You won't see me much unless you can hear me and stuff like that. Anyway, over that way. So we get access to here and here. I think it's a 25mm torque again. No, 30. So I'm going to get 30. It's going to be one or the other. I'll just take the light off. I'm going to try it with the okay, well, that was a bit easier. Apparently to take this off, push it up or push it off. There we go. And then there's a connector here, like that. So it comes off neat and tidy. That's a 25 torque driver to get that out. If I've done this right, this should be able to be pulled off. Then there's like, that's it, little sort of push in things, a bit like the Transalp's got as well. Oh, there you go. So there's that. If you know a black gloss one of these, that'd be cool. I have black gloss here and then 300 hand painted there. That's for later. So what we're hoping to do now is take that off the lowest setting it's on now and crank it all the way around to the highest. I don't know. It's cold, obviously. Don't know how tough that's going to be. It's going to be tougher on the other side, I know that, but let's just see if we can do that. So what I bought here, hopefully you can see, it's an adjustable thingy tool for doing suspension. Okay, so now got a funny feeling it's stuck in there. I think we need a bit of spray. Probably wrong, but means the other one's going to be buggered and all. Good morning. Different shirt, different day. Same Vespa. Someone kindly gave me some info to spray on some lubricating oil, which I happen to have some 3-in-1, which I believe was good enough. So I came out early this morning, sprayed the adjuster on the suspension, but even with the hammer of Thor, it wouldn't shift. I didn't use this, honest, I was joking. I just found it, I thought that'd be funny. Not. Anywho's, so I gave it a try. No, it's not budging. For some reason, it's just stuck. And that's annoying. So, you'll see a mechanic friend of mine, a real mechanic, tomorrow at work. See what he says I should do. But now, what I'm going to get on with is the second half of this particular bit, which is the air filter, which, fingers crossed, we'll be able to do. And if you give me 1 minute, I'm going to go and come back. Right, ready? Don't go away. So this is what I've got. I've got a high flow filtro. Just one of them. And apparently they're pretty good. So that's going to go in that now. I knew that the thumbnail screws at the top of the airbox were going to be a bit tricky to get to, so I've tinkered with it and I've found that a number 1 screw bit head thing. Shall I go and get that and all? Shall I? Yeah. Hold on. I'm a pro at this, and hold on. I've watched, is it Robots? At the Vespa thing. Yeah, I'll put a link underneath. I can't remember his name, but awesome mechanic that shows all these maintenance jobs on Vespas really, really well. So subscribe to his channel and subscribe to mine. So what I got was, I didn't have the fancy tool that he had that you could get right up in there. Anyway, so what I thought was, I'll get my small socket. I've got a 7mm, boom, to take a number 1 bit, and with a little bit of perseverance, especially the one looking at the panel to your right hand side, the one that's up there, that's a bit tricky. So you get in there, you can get in there, so you might have to take this out if you can. Anywho's, take this off, feed it in, and then put your bit in. But you can do it. So they are loose, they're hand loose now. And then the others are just as I'm finding them, whether they're through age or usage. But anyway, that's enough waffle. Let's crack on. Hopefully get one job done. See you in a mo. These ones, there's one up somewhere. I'm going to have to mill about. There's one there as well. So we'll undo these with a standard Phillips. Got a number 2 here, I think. Yeah. So let's get these done. They're all the same size, and they're sort of threaded screws. That one, I've got a funny feeling that this is, oh, there we go. So we're back. And we have the air fuel box. Sorry about breathing. Told you. Anywho's, so we can see that, yeah, it looks okay. I know what I'm looking for. And I was told that, yeah, so it's all mucky, and there's a oil thing, which is something to do with the evap or something. The vapours or something like that. Anyway, so it's not in good nick, so that's going in the bin, which is behind me. And we've got some bits and pieces. I don't know if you can see it there, but just sort of, oh, if I get the camera, there's some stuff around here and all that, so I'm going to clean that out with my cloth. There's a bit of stuff there, we'll get rid of that and a bit of that, clean that. Okay, right, so that's that. Then we get the new air filter. I'm not sure. Okay, I've got to come back, because apparently I've got to oil this. I didn't know that. Oh well. Okay, back in a mo. Hopefully you can see that. We've managed to get it up to the position 4, the highest position. We're using this, which is a C-spanner that I bought, adjustable C-spanner, because the bike didn't come with the kit. And a bit of persuasion. I'm sure you know how it's done, but let's see if I can capture it for you. Because I did this last night when I got home from work. So you lock it on, which can be a bit fiddly. There, okay. And then slide that on and gave it a good tug. And when I say a good tug, it was intense. But we won. Yippee! Now, to get into this side, I think I'm going to have to take that off or loosen it. So now you can see on the top level, using a bit of persuasion. And what I did do was the airbox, I lifted it up using a bungee cord, which I'll show you. So it wraps around the box and then hooked it to the front here and then to the front here just to lift it up so it was out of the way and it gave me a clear run. So hopefully that little tip there will help someone else. We've done it. Well, welcome back YouTube. Thank you for watching the first of the Spannering videos where I tackled the suspension and we won, yes. But continuing from there, in there, you saw me do half the job of tackling the air filter. And because I didn't read the instructions, because who does? I didn't realise I needed some oil for that particular thing. The pick it up was still a bit gooey. It's dry, but this one, it makes it all yellow. Look at that. So it's been on there. It's been on overnight. It's dried overnight. So that'll be put back in soon. And I've done quite liberally, as it said. But there's still quite a hell of a lot in there. So I think there's about 2 or 3 more filter changes. And this is an eco one, apparently, that I'm not sponsored. Just what I bought. And it's washable. So when I can wash that out, the air filter. This will come out. And it's safe. It's perfectly safe, eco-friendly. And you can go down the sink, apparently. Respray and put it back in. So, you know, every, I don't know what it is, 6,000 miles or so, every service or more or whatever. But yeah, there you go. So that's handy. So that was good. So here's the outer box. So if you remember, we unscrewed it. We took the thumb. Dude, I'll put a little video in, but we took the thumb screws off with the spanner, and this was cleaned. It still is clean. So essentially, I was going to put this in the only way it goes in, which is looks like the letters face inwards. So I'll quickly do that. It's still a bit tacky and a bit gooey. So that's that. That's in there now. Okay. And it's still quite oily. Should we put some gloves on? But and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, screw that back on, put the thumb screws back in and everything, and I'm going to put the rear light assembly back on and show you a little bit thing that's concerned me a little bit, which is some surface rust. So I'm going to go to give the suspension a run and this a go, a little brief break in. I'm going to go back to Halfords. I'm going to get some gear oil, ATW90, and some rust fix something, you know, 'cause it's surface rust, and it'd be nice to get rid of that. So on my way to do this, I'm going to show you the rust, then we'll do this, then we will put the light back on, and then we'll go away for 10 minutes or so, give that a run, and see. I'm not going to put the trim back on, I'll just run it trimless, and see you in a mo. So there's the rust I found. It seems to be under there as well, just in this little corner. It's solid though, and a little bit here as well. All right, okay. Got to be a little bit. Actually, while we're here, let's give that a bit of a clean. Cool. Okay, that's that done. There's a bit of resistance, and then when it stops like that, just a little bit more and that's it. It's better. Yeah, it pops out this end, so do one end, do the other end, and that should now be easier, he says. Let's see. That's better. Yeah, so it sort of popped out a little bit. So there's a little tip for you. Again, going to have to go over tight. Soak over your fingers, and then assistance is needed. Assistance, there you go. We're on. Well, that wasn't too much of a drama, was it? So we now got the air filter on and the suspension done, finally. So what I'm going to do is, as I said earlier, nip up to Halfords, get some rust remover to do that bit of surface rust, or prep it for painting. No, I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to tease you with that one. And we're going to get the gear oil, because we'll do the gearbox oil along with the oil, engine oil, and the coolant, which I've now got all the bits and pieces. Also got the tools, the belt and rollers, they've arrived. So we're steaming ahead now with this Spannering the Vespa series. So I wish I could do a lung replacement. So good for that, but hey ho. So without further ado, because I'm boring it to death, let's go to Halfords, let's come back, and we'll have a chat about how it feels with the suspension hardened and the new air filter. See you in a mo. I do think the front needs stiffening, definitely. that was successful. Doing the rear suspension to its max for a chubby like myself is perfect. Much more planted, going around corners, much more stable, so bouncing around, it's like solid. The front I'm going to increase a bit because that was a little bit, could feel it, so that's another job. The air filter, I don't really know how to test an air filter. It felt good. It felt like it wasn't choked or anything. It just went when I wanted it to. Got the gear oil, got the rust thing sitting behind here. So I'll clear that, coat that, and then we'll get on with painting. But that's for later. So great stuff to come in the next Spannering videos. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It does really help. Let me know what you think. Any tips you can give me with all these little jobs we're doing, because it's sharing. So I'm sharing this, and you can share your tips, and hopefully someone who has the problem that I've got and you've had, and we both figured it out. We can help them figure it out. Anyway, enough waffle. See you again very, very soon, and thanks for watching. Welcome back, YouTube. Tools ready, and we're going to finally crack the oil. Unfortunately, I bought a couple of tools that don't work, but some friends of mine next door, either side, let me this to get it off. And he's a fellow scooter as well. He's got his own scooter which he's done up and sprayed. It really, really does look nice. And another friend here who does cars lent me a Imperial 15 over 6, 15/16, 25mm basically, to get that cut off, because I honestly thought I bought a full set of these with 25mm and bigger because of the transit, but I don't know where they are, or did I imagine it? Anyway, I've got the tools, got the oil, got the new filter, got everything done. Let's get on with it, finally. That was a job and a half. This scooter's fighting me, I tell you. You know, all these jobs are just, they're not going as easy as you see other people do videos. So, the old filter came off, no problem, with the tool my friend gave me. The nut, I don't know, must have been put on with an impact wrench, because I had to stand on this and balance the scooter somehow. But thankfully, being a little bit chubby, helped. It couldn't withstand me. Not many people can, but anyway. But it came off. And we replaced the washer, not the washer, the O-ring. Replaced the filter, filled it up with oil. It started. There doesn't seem to be any leaks, but I'm going to hunt down the proper tools to get that size filter off. And I'm going to get a 25mm socket, 1/2 inch socket for that job. The nut's fine. That won't just need, just on and. But the filter, I'd like to give it just a little. But I don't have the tool. But I'm going to get. There's a T-bar with a thick metal bit at the end that you can just twist on that. But yeah, so you can see here, if it's in that groove there. I've got all on my fingers now. I'll get that tool, give it just a little twist, and then I can use it for future needs. Once I've got it open with that wrench thing, this thing, once I've got it moving a little bit, came off with my hand, so it hasn't been tight. That one hadn't been tightened up, but the nut, whoever did the 600 mile service, they put that on, but it's all done. Finally, so here's the list. We've done the suspension. We've done the lungs, the air filter. We've done the oil. Next job will be the gear oil. And then after that, the coolant. And then we'll do the band and the rollers and stuff inside. So it'll be about the right time. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the whole series, really. It's been great. Keep watching, please do. Thumbs up, hit the subscribe, do all the nice stuff, and share. Let people see this madman doing his own mechanics. It can be done at home. That's the whole point. I'm trying to show that it can be done at home. It's hot as well. We're in the middle of it. We're in that summer day that we have, and everyone's moaning about it. Anyway, that's enough. See you again soon, and thanks for watching, as always. Well, welcome back, everyone. Another one of the Spannering the Vespa videos, and this time we're going to do the gear oil, which is not a hard job. Just got to get into a tricky place in between the wheel and to undo the nut. Make sure you don't lose the copper washer, should I say. And as long as that's in good nick, you can reuse that. But for future ones, I'm going to buy some new ones, but I didn't have any today. And fill it back up with oil, and not too high, and make sure that she runs. So it's a pretty straightforward video, but here's the way I did it. And if you've got any tips, always write them below. But anyway, let's get straight onto it. I told you it wasn't too hard, was it? Pretty straightforward. The only awkward bit was getting the right hex bolt thing into the nut and making sure you don't lose that and what have you. But the card, putting the card up behind the what do you call it, the disc thing, to let the oil drip into your bucket, whatever you're choosing. That worked. I thought I lost the copper washer, but thankfully it was still on the cardboard when I took it away. So I'd have to dive into the bucket and try and get the washer. But anyway, that was okay. It was in good nick, so I didn't need a new one. As I said, I'm going to get some of those, supplies of those, and a few of those Jubilee clips as well, just to have, because I may need them. As always, please subscribe. It really does count. It does help. And thank you for watching. I hope this is helping. If so, leave a comment, leave a thumb, subscribe, thing, that stuff. All that stuff. Back again very soon for another one in the series. Well, hello YouTube, back again for another Spannering the Vespa video. This time it's to do the coolant, so just flush out the old and in with the new, making sure that the air's out and the fan comes back on. It's a quick job. Oh no, I've just jinxed myself. No, it's a quick job. So we'll just whiz through this, nice and easy job for you to do anytime. And we'll just crack on with it. Told you it was easy. Out with the pink and in with the green. Made sure the air was free. Made sure there was just enough in the thing, not too full on the tank. And yes, I showed you a little thing I do, which is carry a couple of small bottles, one with oil and one with what was the pink coolant, but now is the green. And I carry that in just under the seat there with a small toolbox, small tool kit, as it were, just in case. You never know when you're out and about. So hopefully that's worked for you. Let me know below. Do subscribe and all the other thumb stuff and everything else that's nice. And see you in the next one, which I think will either be the big job with the rollers and the belt and everything else, or spraying behind here. Anyway, enough waffling. Thank you so much. Keep safe, ride well, and see you again soon. So welcome back YouTube. Today's the big one. The belts and rollers. But before that, can I do a little update from the previous one where I did the coolant, if I've got this all in sync. Place a little, if you can see here, a little piece of tape with the dates, the month and the year. So that it reminds me of in 2 years' time, if I've not done a 6,000 miles within those 2 years, which I will be. But it reminds me when to change the coolant next every 2 years. And after marking the date, these arrived. This goes on a socket and allows you to twist the filter on or off. So I gave it just a little nip, nothing much, it was already hand tight. So I just gave it a little nip, that was good. Nice little tool there. And a 25mm socket to give the main oil plug a little nip, but it didn't need that, and that was fine. So that's that little update. So now we're on with the belt and the roller. Oh dear, what a bit of fun this has been. I got a stuck nut. And the nut in question, just one second, was holding this on. So it was holding this on. I was going to replace this anyway because it got scratched somehow. And it was down here. It was on the bottom here. These two came out no problem. But this one just would not move for love or money at all. And here is the little perisher. You can see that. What mess it's in. Yeah. And that was stuck in there. Absolutely jammed. I couldn't do anything. I tried. I actually did buy a set of these nut extractors that have a, let me show you. Where's the one I used? This one. They have some kind of like flute in there. Yeah. That grabs the nut and then it cuts into it and then you can get it off. Now initially that didn't work and I thought, oh God, there's 30 quid I've wasted. But then, so that was, wasn't pleased. Because I didn't want to take the head off and leave the stud in there as some kind of, it just didn't feel right to me. I wanted to get that out completely. So I knew I already had to break this off because it was the only way of doing it. So that's going to be replaced. Got the parts coming. But how to get this baby off? Well, my mate Gary at work also gave me that bit of pipe to do the spanner, to do the suspension. Lent me a big chisel thing, a big metal chisel, of which I don't know if you'll see this at all whatsoever. But I managed to chop off part of the collar. And I thought, oh no, this is getting bad to worse. And then I thought, hold on. That's giving me a flat edge, right? You think you know where it's coming now, don't you? Because I'm looking down here at these things. I've got the next size up and got the baby in there, yeah? And I managed, this initially went on sort of like that, sort of crooked, so I managed to get it straight. And thankfully, with a high pressure, slow turn, really slow, it moved. And I just went gingerly for what seemed like ages, probably wasn't. I didn't get it on video because I was just trying to do it. And obviously I've got it out. So now we can crack on and get the others out, which I have tentatively checked, I'm going to be honest with you, because I just didn't know whether this was a complete mess. But I gave a few a little crack, and yeah, they're okay. So can't change the plastic today because it's not here yet. It's on its wing this way from Europe, which is where I was able to get one of these. I can't believe it's a 3-year-old vehicle and I can't buy these here in the UK. Unbelievable, but there we are. So I'm going to shut up. We'll go over to the bike and we'll see how far we get before I start spouting Latin. There's no way that was right poundage. Okay, that's all right. There we go. So what time is one back that way? There we go. Dusting there, give that a good clean. Clean. There. That's sounding okay. So, after 6,000 miles, do that. Got them out. And You know when you know you've done everything right and you've got no spare washers. So everything's in there. Everything should be how it should be, I think. And I've done the Newton meters on the doodahs, on the bolts correctly, I think. 60 and 75, I think. But you know, when you think you've done everything right, but it's your first time and you just don't know. So now I'm going to go and push the button and see what happens. Oh dear. Have I done everything right? I can't fit the plastic case until it comes, so it's on its way. So just push the bloody button. Oh God. You get a grand eye view if I've blown it up. Here we go. Yes. We did it. Yep. Test ride was a success, although it was only up and down the road. But that's enough to tell that I've done something dramatically wrong. So there we are, done. The belt and the variator, getting the words now. The coolant, the oil and the gearbox oil, all done. And then the last things that need to be done, well, for now, are the paint jobs that I've got to do on the rear where there was rust, on the panel where there was damage when I bought it anyway, so I knew that, and a few bits and pieces here and there. And then we should be what I would regard in a bit of good nick. So there we go. So thank you for watching the little series. I'll do the spray one as well, spannering the spray. But it might take a little bit longer because it's a bit of prep work and whatever. I'll try and keep it short. So this little series has helped. It's helped me because I'll remember next time how to do things and all that sort of stuff. So it's good for me as well. Hopefully it's good for you. Share it, like it, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And see you out and about, maybe on the road somewhere. Remember the bright orange one with the idiot on board. Stay well, ride carefully, stay safe on them roads.